Electric cars are having a moment.
The demand for electric vehicles is booming worldwide.
Toyota has named Koji Sato as its new president.
Seeing the Lexus president to become the new CEO.
Thanks to advances in technology, policy, and consumer demand, EVs are becoming more popular and affordable worldwide. Tesla paved the way, and now we have legacy automakers like Ford, Volkswagen, and Hyundai throwing billions of dollars to join the EV race. But as you may know, Toyota has been one of the most reluctant automakers to embrace electric vehicles. The Japanese car giant, known for its hybrid cars like the Prius, has been slow to follow suit and declare EVs the answer to our climate problems, preferring instead to focus on other propulsion methods like hydrogen, ICE, and hybrid. But why is that? What is Toyota's strategy? And is the world's largest car maker making a smart move or a big mistake? Join us as we explain why Toyota will never embrace EVs. Before we go into the details, it's important to know why this is such a big deal. Toyota is the largest manufacturer in the world, with an 11.5% share in total vehicles sold. In 2022, they sold 10 million vehicles globally. For context, Volkswagen in second place sold 8.2 million, and Hyundai was in third with 6.8 million in global sales. Volkswagen had 330,000 EVs, Hyundai 221,000 EVs, and Toyota not even 20,000. The largest car maker in the world has only ever released one pure EV. Yes, that's right, the Toyota bZ4X. And the results were, well, shocking. In June 2022, Toyota issued a global recall for the bZ4X electric crossover SUV over hub bolts on the wheels that could come loose following a sharp turn or hard braking. Toyota withdrew the bZ4X from sale, recalled those already in circulation, and set to finding a solution. Chief engineer Daisuke Ido explained that the combination of heat buildup and the extra weight from the battery caused the wheel nuts to snap. He said the situation was pretty rare, but losing wheels is nevertheless serious. Toyota resolved the situation and resumed sales, but it was a PR disaster and a huge setback for them. Not the kind of thing you expect from the largest car maker in the world, with a reputation earned over 80 years for building high-quality, dependable, and low-maintenance cars. So what's happening? The company's former CEO, Akio Toyoda, was famously critical of EVs, saying that they were overhyped and not environmentally friendly. Speaking at the press conference with dealers gathered in Las Vegas, he said, "Battery electric vehicles are just going to take longer than media would like us to believe." Akio Toyoda further described the company's strategy and said the company's goal remains the same, pleasing the widest possible range of customers with the widest possible range of powertrains. Those powertrains will include hybrids like the Prius, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and traditional internal combustion engine-based gasoline-powered models. The company said that its strategy is justified as not all areas of the world will adopt EVs at the same pace due to the high cost of the vehicles as well as a lack of infrastructure. "We want to leave all people with a choice, and rather than where or what we'll focus on, we will wait a little longer until we understand where the market is going," Toyota said. And he's right. EVs in countries across Africa, Southern Asia, and South America are too expensive, with severely underdeveloped charging infrastructure, and have low customer appeal or awareness. But when you look at Toyota's global sales numbers, you start to ask questions. Their top 5 markets, the US, China, Japan, Canada, and Australia, accounting for almost 6.5 million global sales, are countries with high EV adoption rates and government transition incentives. Less developed markets like Indonesia, Brazil, Thailand, India, and the Gulf states, their next largest markets, only make up 1 million sales combined. So when Toyota announced that Toyota would step down as CEO, analysts and investors hoped this would signal a change in Toyota's attitude toward EVs and that the company would finally catch up with its rivals like Tesla, Volkswagen, and Hyundai. And that's where things got interesting, and the real reason became blindingly obvious. Toyota doesn't plan over 5 or 10 years and changes its CEO based on market opinion. These guys are the world's largest car makers for a reason. They plan over 20, 50, and 100-year periods. Mr. Toyoda is not leaving Toyota. He's moving up the ranks from CEO to chairman, where he still oversees strategy. The CEO he handpicked to take over, of course, shares his views, and that should be no shock to anybody. As every car maker in the world rushes as fast as they can into pure electrification, Toyota will not. As every car maker in the world battles to secure a supply of rare minerals like lithium, cobalt, and manganese, Toyota will not. As legacy automakers rush to take a loss on every EV sale they make, Toyota will continue to make a profit. The reason? Toyota knows that in a world where there are humans, there will be divided opinions. Some people love the idea of owning an EV, and some people won't buy an EV until every gas-powered car on planet Earth has been confiscated or crushed. As an experiment, let's everyone comment either love or hate to gauge our sentiment. Toyota knows there's still a huge number of the population that does not believe EVs are the answer, and they'll be selling vehicles to those folks for the foreseeable future. According to a report by Bloomberg NEF, EVs are expected to reach 50% of global passenger car sales by 2035 and 70% by 2040. However, this does not mean that ICE vehicles will disappear from the roads completely. There's a 20-year life cycle for a car once it's sold. This means new gas-powered cars sold in 2040 will be at the end of their life cycle by 2060. Some countries and regions have announced plans or targets to ban or phase out the sales of new ICE vehicles by a certain date, which could accelerate the transition to EVs. For example, the European Union has proposed to end the sales of new ICE cars and vans by 2035, while Canada has set a similar goal for 2035. Australia has been urged by a think tank to follow suit and phase out ICE vehicles by 2035 to reach net zero emissions by 2050. South Korea has also announced its intention to phase out ICE vehicles by 2035. However, not all countries have committed to such ambitious targets. The US has not set a federal mandate to phase out ICE vehicles, although some states, such as California, have announced their own plans to do so. China, the world's largest car market, has not announced a specific date for phasing out ICE vehicles either, although it has set a goal for EVs to account for 40% of new car sales by 2030. Toyota is the rebel in the playground. They aren't playing the same game as all the other manufacturers. But is Toyota playing the game right? Or is it missing a huge opportunity to lead the transition to an all-electric future? Well, that's still up for debate. Although battery electric is in the lead right now, it's not the only way to propel a car sustainably. The jury is still out as to which will be the de facto global solution 50 or 100 years from now. The ex-Toyota CEO's main principle was to keep it open and let the people decide. Although he made some mistakes along the way, it's clear that a large group of people also believe hydrogen is a better solution. Toyota has a loyal customer base that always does well in customer satisfaction surveys. Although they haven't delivered a competitive EV for the Western world, many people don't even care. And they have millions of customers across Asia, Africa, and South America that also don't care. The new CEO, Koji Sato, said, "We are making full-fledged efforts on everything. It's important to remain flexible in order to tailor products and energies to different carbon-neutral needs in different markets." So what do you think? Is Toyota making a smart move by sticking to its diversified strategy, or is it making a big mistake by ignoring the potential of EVs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Velocity for more tech news and analysis.